Hello, welcome back. I'm going to continue exactly where I left off. I haven't even stood up. I'm at 24:36 at the castle gates, and I wanted to stop the previous one because it was about to turn from a 1-hour video into much more if I started this difficulty 6 hiding behind these trees over on the left side of the castle gates. So let's get in and let's see what happens. There's the ID in case that's important, and let's go. All right, Solitude, Palisade, in range 4 to 6. Right, where can I begin? So I kind of need to keep things separate, don't I? Need range 4 at least, 4 to 6. Now, quite often on these Palisade ones, I like to hone in on these sort of parallel bar ones, because there's only 2 options for a starting position for them, and either of them in this particular case would lead me to doing some stuff, being able to do some stuff on this one here. So if this is straight up, then these will have to connect. And then I'd have 2 options here. It could just... oh, no. Solitude. So then this would have to do this. Then this would have to do this. And that might be a solid start. It looks reasonable. So I can't rule it out. And rule it out is what I want to do as early as possible. So we can try the other way and see what happens. That would do this. That does this, that does this. So look, either way, we've got these shapes. So I think I can just draw those in. And either way, I was also connecting these 3, so I can leave those connected. I'm quite happy with that as a starting point. I wonder if I can move anywhere from there. Now it's range 4 to 6, so all of these have to grow at least a bit. But at the moment I don't know which direction. Maybe I can do the same with one of these palisades. So okay, let's see what happens if we do this one north-south. Well, over here I would then join these. But I don't see anything running on from that. Let's try the other way. See if that rules anything out. Okay, that would join these, and these could join. It's not too big. Yes, it is too big. It would be too big. Oh, in fact, they border the same border anyway. So they border the same border? You know what I mean. So they can't join anyway. So, again, I don't see anything horribly wrong, which I was hoping to. All right, let's try somewhere else. Try here. Okay. If I did this one a long ways, could these join? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They couldn't, because this is actually what I wanted to do. Oh no, of course they can't join anyway, because Solitude. I keep forgetting about Solitude. I liked it when this was yellow. Yeah, there we go. So they would be separate regions. I wouldn't be able to grow this way, so I would have a line here. It could grow... oh no, can't do that. This one might be in trouble, I suppose. Maybe not. I could do this, and then this could emerge, something like that. I could satisfy the range like that. But no, I wouldn't be able to... there might be other options here. I don't know if I'm actually ruling this out. Let's see, other options. I can't do this. Because I'm... oh wait, hang on, it could go that way. Can't. Alright, so this would not be able to grow left of that square. I would... let's give myself an undo point. I would have a line there. And I would have a line here and here, of course. Can't grow this way. If I grew this way, then look, this can't do anything. Oh, it could do that. No, it can't. Solitude. It can't come this way because Solitude. It can't come this way again because Solitude and range combined. So that would be stuck. So this one cannot grow that way. So it would have to grow this way in order to meet its range. Then I've got problems here. If this goes north-south... Oh, maybe it's not broken. I thought it was broken. I can do that, can't I? Yeah, okay. It's not as broken as I thought it might be. This way, on the other hand, would be broken. No, it wouldn't. That's 6. That's okay. Alright, 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 alright. So, all I've managed to discern here is that either way here seems to make sense. This way does seem okay. This way, did I play this out? That's my undue point. I could have I would have a line here, and here, and here. Then what? I can't go that way, so that would be a line. I would have to grow one way or the other, which looks okay. You could do all sorts of things. That even. No. No, this might be a problem. This can't grow to there. And it also can't grow left. So this would have to take this space. This one then is in trouble. In order to get its 4, it has to grow one way or the other. If it goes right, then where else is it going? Yeah, it can get its 4, fine, but then this one's in trouble because it can't meet its range. If it goes down, well, I've got the same problem for this square. So this doesn't work. So I think this has to go east-west. I think. I'm going for it. I'm going with it. Right, if I join these, Solitude is broken, so I cannot. I cannot grow it left, otherwise... No... Did we decide this doesn't break? Yeah, this would break. So this would then have to go left-right as well. Is this right? Yeah, I can't do that. Right, so I think this is correct. I think I've got that. I've got a line here, therefore I've got this. You're going to have to go up. You need something. You might be together, you might not. I don't know. I think you probably are. Yeah, range 4 to 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. You need to reach a symbol. So there you go. That's done. Oh no, now I've got a problem here. Shit. Wait. Did I draw that line? Why did I draw that line? That might have been from an earlier experiment. That can come here. That's fine. Nothing else can. This can't go there. Let's see, then what? This is 4. These are 4. These are happy for now. This needs to get out. It can't get out this way, so it needs to get out this way. It can't even have that anymore, so that's a line. That's a line. This can't go this way, so that's connected. That's a line. This is 5 now. It's an F. That's a line. It's got to scoop all that space up. And now I think it's 6. Yeah. So this has to come out. Doesn't necessarily get that. I expect it does, but I don't know for sure. It's impossible for them to connect. I could have drawn these lines a long time ago. You're 5? Okay, you can have one more. Okay, what if I do this? Oh, do I know anything new? Wait. Undo point. I would need this. I would need this. Therefore, I'd have these. Either could have that, which makes me a bit uncomfortable. They can't connect. This would have to come here. That would be a line. Who can have this? You can't, so you'd have to. You'd then be 6. I don't like that either of these could have this. That's not okay. So something here must break it. So we're winding back till that undo point. Undo point, and we're going the other way. I'm okay with it. I'm gonna use my knowledge to do that. Okay, you're 4 at the moment. I've got the same problem. Ah, no. I should have kept going. I should have kept going. Let me play that again. Line there, you've got to come here. You've got to go this way and that way. You've got to have all this. You are 6 already. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I think I did think this through properly. I think we'd have to have this and this, but there's 2... This is going to break soon, it must do. This could be part of this, but whatever this is has to be part of that. Therefore, it's doing this kind of move. Now look. This isn't long enough. That can have this, but this is... Or rather, there isn't enough space for this. Oh. Right, that's why this has to come around that bend. Right, so I think this does break. So we wind back until that yellow hook on the left. And we put it horizontal instead. And I want to go until I started to feel uncomfortable again. Okay, and that was here. I thought I was going to hit the same problem. But the difference is that I'd maxed out the size of this one coming around the corner last time. And this time it can't. So that's going to be the difference. So right now this is 4, and this is 4. I could grow either one to fill this space, but there's going to be some kind of pressure. This one's going to need all of its space to go upwards. That's my prediction here. So let's go somewhere else. This could be the end of this piece, or this starts something new. Hang on, it's 3, 4, 5, 6. It can't reach another one. It has to be that. Doesn't mean it's done though. What can you reach? You can only reach this. But you're not big enough yet, so you're going to have to go that way. Uh-oh. I might see problems here. 4. Can't go there. 5. No, not necessarily. Okay, you, if you've got to be a corner, you might do something like that. You're not going back, so you've got to fill that. Yep, that is the pressure that this one needed. That disambiguated this. So up here, what have we got? Either... No, you can't have that. You're going around a bend. I don't know who has that yet. I think this is the sort of point where I can start messing around and just adjust things as necessary to make it work. So if I go with what I had last time, which was this way around, that can't come down. So we might do something like that. This needs to be the end of something, but everything's already scooped. some shapes. So I think, in fact, I'm going to need this one to come down this way. And there we go. Difficulty 6 in 15 minutes or so. I think that's okay. Where was that? That was down here. Anything else hiding? I feel like there might be one just there. Nope. Some kind of deus? How do you say that word? I don't know. But there's a some tree branches, no clipping through it. Oops. Alright, let's continue in this little area behind here. Number 18577, Precision 5 and Match and Palisade. Match and Palisade, okay. Precision 5. Alright, so whichever pieces we're using, they've got kind of a stretch of 4 at least, haven't they? And we're not doing all eye pieces. Is it possible that everything's an L? It can't be a stretch of only 3. It has to have a stretch of 4. And I also can't have... It can't be a, what do they call it? It can't be a Y. Is L the only option? I think it is. I think they have to be L's. But I don't know which way they go. They could go this way. Alright, so I know from this that that's the kind of the knee of an L. Don't know which way. Well, not that way. But it could be something like that. What about down here? This one has to do this. And then to have room for this one, it's got to do this. Okay. That's my start. So, yeah, this is interesting. I had to deduce from these that I'm using L's everywhere, but then start putting them somewhere else. That's really neat. I really like that. Okay, I'm not doing that. Or that, because nothing can... Oh, actually... No. This needs to be the knuckle, of course. So I think I'm going to have to do that. And then perhaps this? I'm not really sure. That doesn't look right, does it? Was this the only option? If it's poking out, then it's no good. So yeah, I think it does have to be that way. Something feels wrong. That's no good. Nothing fits here. That seems better. Now, would this make sense? Maybe? That doesn't look right. And then nothing's going to work there. So maybe it does need to be like this. I'm not going to make this work. So I think I have made a bad assumption around here, maybe? Maybe I can try putting these sideways instead. Could that work? I don't think so. That's not going to work either. Uh-oh. I can't make that work. I feel like I should be able to see this, but I can't. Would it make any difference for these to be the other way around? Can they be? No, I looked at this, didn't I? Okay, let's look here again. This isn't going to work. I really think I should be looking at this. So it's clear that the knuckle doesn't go that way. So it does come this way. So what are my options? One of the options is long part there. And the other is long part here. Long part here isn't going to work. And therefore, well, there's also that. So I've got two options here. One option is this way. This is clearly not going to work, nothing fits here. So the other option is that. Let's trace this for a bit. So my only option here would be this, then my only option here would be this, which doesn't work. So that does not work. Therefore, I think this has to be this way, which also gives me that. I think that is set. And then what here? If you're this way, then I'm either poking here or I'm poking there. I can rule that one out. So I'd be poking here. That would give me this. Here now, I'm either poking there. I don't think that's possible. Or I'm poking here. That doesn't look possible either. So, what would happen here? That isn't going to work. That isn't going to work either. And this can't be the short part. So no, that way around does not work. Can I make this work somehow? So that doesn't work, so this has to be the long part. If it goes left, then, well, no, I can fit one more, but I've got two blanks. If it goes right, same problem. So that doesn't work either. Therefore, I think I've got this. Now, can't go this way, must go this way. Then what? If this happens, oh, I can do that, and that, and that. Wow. I struggled a lot more than I think I should have there. Don't know why I couldn't see that. Well, we got there in the end, that's okay. And where next? I'm seeing these two beams of light. Are you seeing more? Maybe hiding down in the... Oops. Maybe hiding down in the fog down here. Oh, hang on. Yes. Sneaky. 43841. Non-boxy and match. Alright. I kind of want to do angles. No, it's not angles. What about T's? I don't think so. What about Z's? I don't think so. What about L's? I don't think so. What about Y's? I don't think so. Huh. What about teardrops? Oh, this looks like a... No, maybe not. What about these crazy things? No, I don't think so. What about... No. Non-boxy. Just don't feel like teardrops is... No, because I need something that pokes by 2 if I want teardrops. What if it's something more like this? That's not going to work, is it? Ah. That's not the same. That's the same. Oh. Yeah, that looks the same. Hey, we got there in the end. That was really tricky for me to think about. Where was that? That was hiding down here. Oh, I don't know if I looked at its number. 43841. Alright, should we climb this spiral staircase? Not spiral. Snaking staircase. Puzzle 2957, okay. Palisade, match, and area number. So we've got tetrometers, and they're T's, according to this. There's no other one that can match this. So we've got T's everywhere. Are we going to do something like that? Maybe not. I guess I should start from here. Because I know that this is the center of a T. I just don't know which way it pokes. There's only 4 options. So we try up first. That's unclear what that means, isn't it? So we try all of these. This is the one I'm trying first. That looks like this. Okay. I think I've got options. Ah, how do I get around this? I'd have to... No. Maybe this is the place to start, rather than there. So this tells me how big the shape is. This tells me what shape it is. And I think I want to start in this corner. And I think the only way to get around this is what I had a moment ago. And that's the only option there. Now I've got that wall, so it has to be that way. If I did it this way, this one's stuck, so it would have to be that way. Oh yeah, now I can see the rest. That was a nice puzzle. I liked that. Okay, next. 62731, Match and Palisade. If I did this... Oh, in fact, I must. I must do that. But then I don't know what happens down here. What about here? This has to connect in 3 directions. It either connects to that or doesn't. If it doesn't... So, I know that whatever this is at least 3 in size. If I did this, I'd be left with a... I could connect that. But am I really going to make that shape in other places? I would have a line there, there, and there. It doesn't look likely. Could also... Yeah, it's not gonna... This is not gonna be a line. If this were a line, then nothing can match it behind. So that is not a line. These are connected. And that means what? I don't know what that means. Well, I know we have at least something this big. What about here? This goes in all directions, therefore I've got lines there. That's something. So that means I've got at least a... sort of a convex edge. In fact, I've got this whole poke somewhere. I'm not really sure where to go from there. I have a feeling I'll be on this one for a while. I was about to say these holes suggest that there might be a hole in the shape that I'm using, but I don't think that's true. Not necessarily, at least. These could be very big shapes and I end up with, 2 of them. Like those puzzles that I'm very bad at. I don't know what I can do from here. I know this is a different shape, but I don't feel like that helps me very much. Especially since I don't know if that's another different shape or if it's the same one. Okay, maybe I'll chase this one a bit more. So if there is a line there, then I'm doing this and this. And I would then also have to do that. Not sure what I can do from there. So let's wind back. I can't have the line here. Let's say it's here instead. Then I'd be doing this, this, and this, and I'd be closing that off. Seems fine as well. Then I'd have to be doing something like this, otherwise I don't have this protrusion of 2, which I need somewhere. I don't think it does do that. I don't know how I would possibly match that here, since I've only got this space. Wait a second. That's not the same shape, is it? Pyramid with an extra bit? No. What if it takes that? No, that's not the same. So I don't think that's possible. I don't think it's possible for the line to be there, therefore I think these join. And I already said that I don't think it's there. It can't be, in fact. So I think the line is there. I don't really like the way this looks. This doesn't look that possible somehow. So this could come here. I'd have something that looks a bit like an F, but I don't think I can... I don't think I can make the same shape. I can make the F, but I can't do anything else. It can't go this way. I would have a line here. I would have to do that, but I can't duplicate that down here. On the other hand, we could have something more like this. But that doesn't really look doable either. It's not looking good. I think I'm going to have to think through this one again. Alright, let's think about it again. If the line is on the left, we're doing this and therefore this. Why did I rule it out? I ruled it out because currently it doesn't look like this. I can't make this look like this because this line is in the way and this is in the way. I can grow this, which gives it maybe a possibility, but still, I need 1, 3, 2. Here's a 3. I can't put a 2 next to it. And I can't make this longer than 3. 3, 2, 1. I can't do that either. Would this help? 3, 3 the other way? No, can't. And that's why I think that's not possible. These could be the same region. That's something that I hadn't thought about. Oh dear. Alright, so maybe it could go on the left. Can it go along the bottom? I would have something like this. Again, I could connect them. Oh man. These puzzles are so hard for me. Maybe. Can it go on the right? That's the only one that I'm sure is not the case. It does not go on the right. Don't know if it's left or bottom. I've got a line there. I don't know anything about you. So I need... That's that. This shape is this shape. I need that somewhere. But I also need a protrusion of at least 2 somewhere. So maybe one of these is that protrusion, but I also need... Okay, look over here. If this, with this protrusion, I can't make the plus part here. So I think this is the same shape. I think. Maybe not that one. But then what? I'm trying to imagine how to put these together. So if I were to do this and call that the shape, which it's not going to be, but let's explore it for a moment. Then I could just expand one of these to make them the same. But I'm not going to fit that shape to here. I mean, I can like this, but that's no good. Because this has to be a... We need one of the pieces to have only one border. So that could be... I don't know, something like that. Then this piece would have only one border. I do not know how to do this. I don't even know how to begin. If I did that... Wait. No. I'm trying to make these the same. But they can't have the same center. They're just fundamentally different. So I shouldn't be trying to do that. This can't get back out. So this is going to be sort of one extreme for the shape. It could have this or not have this, but it's not going further. So, what can I say about this one here? It's pretty clear I'm not making both this feature and that feature and this feature in this corner. So I think this has to be part of this shape, and possibly that one as well. What if I do make that assumption, that they are the same shape? If I did, Well, I can't come out. That would have to be the end of it. The only modification I could then make to this shape is to add one bit here. Which I bet I would. Then do I have anything matching? Then that could be this space. So can I make that here and then tessellate these? That seems completely crazy to me, but maybe? What about these? I haven't really thought about these. If they're not separated, then this does its own thing and these join. That doesn't seem particularly exciting. If they do join, then I've got an end and this turns a corner. That doesn't seem that exciting either. Alright, can I put this here? Well, it's got to poke 2 in one direction. And then at 90 degrees to that, it's got to do a whole bunch of stuff. So if it pokes 2 in this direction, that's here. Then what? At its base, it fills in one side, it's going to have to be that side. Then we're having another 2 together. We're having 3. Oh, I've gone too far. 3 there. And then... right. I find this so hard to rotate in my head. Up, up. Then I need 2 to the right of it. It's just not the same shape. They're not the same. So it's not looking good for this. If it doesn't include that, well, that's no good either. I don't think I can make that. In fact, I think it's telling me that it's impossible. Can I somehow make these the same? I mean, I don't think so. I'm, yeah, really struggling here. I don't even know that that's true. This really doesn't seem right. Wouldn't be big enough to find something like this. I mean, it could grow outwards there, I guess. Can I make that tessellate? I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. This is going to be another... This one's going to break me like the other. This is going to be another 5-hour puzzle, I think. How long have I been doing this? Oh, a long time. Okay. Yeah, I just don't know how to approach it. Match really is my nemesis. I think I'm going to give up. Let's do something else which I can actually manage. Is there another up on this tower? Not seeing one. That makes me want to keep trying. These ones opened up over here, so let's come back to these. Okay. It is puzzle 82826. Boxy and size separation. Okay. Now they could connect with each other. In fact, can I deduce something? 34, 28, 22, 18, 14, 12, 9, 6. So none of them necessarily have to join. But we want boxy. So, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across. But this one can't be a long bow in either direction. So it is a 2x3. It can't be a 2x3 that way because this one wouldn't fit anywhere. So it is connecting with this. We need boxy now. And I can't do it this way, so I've got to do it this way. Oh wait, we could also do that. But I've got size separation. Well, nothing's stopping me from doing this. These have to not connect. I don't much like this. Oh, boxy. Boxy actually helps. 2 there. Or a 1. 2, 1, 2. Isn't going to work because I'd need a 1. 2, 1, 2, 1 has no such problem. But I'm going to get in trouble here. Alright, if instead I was to do this, I could have a 4 here and a 1 here. I could have a 2. No, this doesn't look good either. Why are you complaining? Oh, you're boxy. I mean, not boxy. Okay, so let's wind back. This was all guesses based on these guys. So I can't do 4 like this, in fact. So I think I do have to do this. Oh. Was this one for sure? Was this for sure? Yeah, that touches this 6. That's no good. I can't do this, and I can't do this. So I do have to do this. Can't touch that because of size separation, so you are doing this. And you're doing this. Okay, if I put the 2 here, I'm in trouble because of size separation, so you do have to be this way. I can't have a 3 here, otherwise I'd need a 1, so you are going to be a 1, and a 2, and something more than a 2, like a 4. I have 3 here, and 3, not 3 and 1. Oh no, doesn't work either. Oh, where's my mistake? I felt sure about that stuff. Let's check it again. That felt right. This couldn't do anything else. This couldn't do anything else. If this goes up, that's broken, so it must go down. What are my options here? 1 is an option. But then I'd need 2 here or 2 here. Oh, that could be okay. I can't have the 2 here. And I can't have a 3 here. So this is a 1. Wait. Broken. Broken. Okay. So that would have to be a 2. Can't be a 1, can't be a 2, can't be a 3, must be a 4. Must be a 3. Must be a 3. 2, 1, 1. I must have been very close earlier. Oops. Okay, couple more over here, and then probably stop. Oh, I'm not ready for a 5. This will be the last one for today. Non-boxy, size separation, area number. So you have to at least come this far. Not going there, maybe there, maybe there. This may or may not go there. It's certainly not going there. So this has to do something. And it has to be non-boxy, so it's got to come around this corner. It's not going there. That could be it. Now what? You can't be there. Otherwise, you'd be done. That would be no good. You're coming here. You're not going there. You're only 4 at the moment. You must continue. You have to be at least this big, and you have to be boxy, so you have to do that. Non-boxy. You can't be 4 anymore. But I don't think I can say any more about you. Three here. Your only option is to go around that bend. Okay, a 4 which is non-boxy. You're probably going to be a T. That's not okay, because it would leave this. What are my tetromino non-boxy options? L is the other one. But I don't think there's a way to make this an L without leaving boxes. So I think you are a T. You've got to be 5. If you went that way, then everything left is boxy, so you're there. You've got to be non-boxy, so you're at least that big. And you've got to be on the other side of this, because anything else that went there would have to be boxy. So you're this big, perhaps bigger. You have to be not a 4, and you have to be not a 5 actually, so you're this big. That means you come around this bend. You're currently a 5, you're happy. 4 there and 3 here at the moment. You have to be at least, well, you're going to have to be a 6 now. You can't join that. I can't have a 4 and a 4 next to each other. Could be a 4 and a 5. Oh, but this is boxy right now. You've got to be 6. You need to go around a corner. If you went left, then this is broken, because it'd either be a 5 and a 3, which would meet size separation, but this 3 would be boxy, and it's not allowed to be. So you don't go around that corner, so that's yours, and that's yours. I think. You're 4 at the moment. I think you're going to do this, and you're going to do this. That one was nice. All right, I think that is where I leave it for now. I've got 2 more to do on this side, and 1 over here, which I gave up on. I will finish it. I'm determined to finish it, even if it makes me very sad. Because I'll be happy when I finished it. Type 2 fun. And so where am I leaving things? We're at the castle gate, so we have 30 of 36. And that will be it for now. Bye-bye.